This year's WrestleMania card is absolutely stacked, featuring some blockbuster matches that promise unforgettable moments. One of the most anticipated bouts will see John Cena challenge Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship, a clash destined to headline the show. Jey Uso is also set to chase his own WrestleMania moment as he takes on Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, a golden opportunity for the beloved superstar to cement his legacy. On the women's side, IYO Sky will aim to prove her critics wrong by defending her title against both Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley in what's sure to be an intense triple threat match. Beyond the title fights, several high-profile non-title matches have caught fans' attention. Drew McIntyre is set to reignite his rivalry with Damian Priest, while Naomi and Jade Cargill will face off in a heated grudge match that promises fireworks on the grandest stage of them all. However, not every superstar may come out of WrestleMania 41 stronger. As always, WWE's creative direction could shift after the event, and some stars might lose momentum as Triple H and the creative team look to elevate new talent moving forward. Number 5, Eric and Ivar, the War Raiders. Reigning World Tag Team Champions Eric and Ivar, collectively known as the War Raiders, are preparing for one of the most important matches of their WWE careers at WrestleMania 41. Despite holding the gold, their title run hasn't been particularly exciting or memorable, mostly due to lackluster booking by the creative team. Still, the two powerhouse Vikings will have the opportunity to turn things around when they defend their titles against one of WWE's most decorated and entertaining teams, The New Day. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods are known for their charisma, in-ring chemistry, and sometimes sneaky tactics to gain the upper hand. If the War Raiders fail to retain their titles at WrestleMania, it could severely impact their current momentum. WWE may choose to shift the spotlight to the New Day, especially now that they are leaning into a more energized heel persona. This potential title change would push Kofi and Woods into the forefront of the tag team scene once again, while Eric and Ivar might be pushed back into the mid-card or lose their place entirely in the title conversation. WrestleMania 41 could either reignite the War Raiders' journey or mark the beginning of their descent into obscurity within the tag team division. Number 4, Naomi. Naomi is set to compete in one of the most anticipated non-title singles matches at WrestleMania 41 against none other than the returning powerhouse, Jade Cargill. After being attacked by a mystery assailant months ago, it was finally revealed at the 2025 Elimination Chamber that Naomi was the one responsible for sidelining Cargill. Now, Cargill is back, and she's coming for revenge. This high-stakes grudge match offers Naomi a golden opportunity to showcase her athleticism and veteran presence on the grandest stage of them all. However, the reality is that this match may serve a different purpose altogether. WWE could use Naomi's experience and credibility to elevate Cargill, helping her establish dominance on the main roster. A win for Jade would instantly boost her status and reintroduce her as a major player in the women's division. Meanwhile, a loss for Naomi might result in her being pushed down the roster once again. With rumors swirling about a possible Bianca Belair vs. Jade Cargill program after WrestleMania, Naomi could be left out of future storylines altogether, making this match potentially her last major spotlight for a while. Number 3, Jey Uso. Jey Uso will walk into WrestleMania 41 with the full support of the WWE Universe behind him as he challenges Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. This match marks a career-defining opportunity for main event Jey, who has worked tirelessly to separate himself from the bloodline and establish a legacy of his own. WrestleMania could finally be the moment when he steps fully into the spotlight as a singles star. However, there's also a real risk involved. If Jey fails to defeat Gunther, his push could come to a screeching halt. WWE has been carefully building Jey's character, and a loss at such a high-profile event might damage the momentum he's worked so hard to build. Though he's a top merchandise seller and fan favorite, the company could decide to pivot and move him back into the mid-card scene. That would likely see Jey enter a new feud for the Intercontinental Championship, or possibly align with another superstar in a tag team capacity. While the loss wouldn't erase his popularity, it might limit his opportunities to reach the world title level again in the near future. WrestleMania 41 could either make Jey Uso a world champion or set him back in his journey. Number 2, IYO Sky. IYO Sky has a massive challenge ahead of her at WrestleMania 41, where she will defend the Women's World Championship in a high-stakes triple threat match against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, two of the most dominant women in WWE over the past few years. This match is not just about retaining her title, it's about proving that she belongs at the top of the women's division alongside two of the company's biggest stars. Throughout the build-up to WrestleMania, Sky has been treated as the underdog and even disrespected at times. Many fans and critics have questioned her ability to stay champion against such powerful opponents. A win here could silence all doubters and elevate IYO Sky's status permanently. It would show the world that she isn't just a transitional champion, but a true force in WWE. On the flip side, a loss could spell disaster for her current run. WWE may remove her from the main event scene and redirect her toward the mid-card or tag team divisions. She could potentially start a new rivalry for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, but it wouldn't carry the same prestige. WrestleMania 41 is a career-altering event for IYO Sky, one that could define her legacy. Number 5, The Undertaker vs. Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 33. The Undertaker vs. Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 33 was meant to be a historic clash, a symbolic passing of the torch from one era to the next. Unfortunately, the match didn't quite live up to expectations and ended up being one of the most disappointing main events in WrestleMania history. In the opening moments, it looked like fans were in for something special. The Undertaker showed flashes of his old dominance, tossing Reigns around and asserting control in classic deadman fashion. However, it didn't take long for the reality to set in. The Undertaker, visibly struggling with physical limitations, looked sluggish and out of sync. His movements were slow, his reactions delayed, and at several points, he seemed confused or unsure of the next spot. The lack of chemistry between him and Reigns became more and more evident as the match went on. Meanwhile, the crowd wasn't buying into the story WWE was trying to tell. Instead of rallying behind Roman Reigns as the new face of the company, they booed him relentlessly or sat in awkward silence. The energy was flat, and the match never found its rhythm. When Reigns pinned The Undertaker and handed him only his second loss at WrestleMania, fans were shocked, and not in a good way. After the final bell, The Undertaker's emotional gesture of leaving his hat and coat in the ring created a powerful visual moment. But the match leading up to that goodbye failed to deliver. Rather than being a triumphant farewell, it felt like a sad reminder that even legends eventually slow down. While Roman Reigns gained a major WrestleMania victory, it came at the cost of a disappointing and poorly executed farewell for one of WWE's most iconic figures.